I can see the levels also. Okay, great. This is so weird. Okay, so hi, this is Shivam. I make films, I write, I direct, I edit. I started off as somebody who sketched cartoons, anime. Films came to me and I went towards them over and over again, and that's how I kept making films. And yeah, and ever since I've been doing just this. And now I've got some book that I've written. Hopefully it comes out soon. So yeah, so that's where I'm at the moment. I started off as a filmmaker by fluke. I've always had the inclination towards making something, but never known what it was. One of the girls I used to have a crush on in my junior college, so she invited me to watch this theater performance she was doing with the seniors. I was sitting alone in that auditorium, but that auditorium was full of people, like, and that's where I realized the first thing of art, what it does. When it resonates, it's like a wave, it's like sea. It starts from the stage and it lands to the audience. They were not always chanting the names or hooting in cheers, but they were also feeling emotions at the same time. Indians are pretty loud and expressive, okay, in that context. So we've learned how to enjoy the worst. I realized, oh shit, this is what I want to do, and how can I do this? So I forced myself into this group. They started going out for theater practice, and that's how one of those days, after like 15, 16 days, one of my friends got like, oh shit, Shivam, you just come. Nobody will notice. I ended up going over there and actually performing, landing the role somehow for like a week or more. The people, the production did not know that there's an extra motherfucker in the room for over a week. And luckily the second round of auditions had just begun, so I cracked the second round and I started traveling with them. That's how this journey began for me. Half of the times I was also clueless ki, how am I doing this. In like retrospect, I applied for a professional or specialization in writing and direction, but my writing was shit. My direction was worse because nobody would listen to a 16-year-old motherfucker. And one of my assistant directors from at that point, he himself is a director and a producer. What he told me after one of the shoots was I had like the final film submission and I had been like demolished entirely by my crew. But he told me one night we were smoking and he told me, Shivam, one day when you do this with your age group, it will change like this. That man's word came true the next few months. It's such a phenomenal experience that I think his words were what saved me. He was 10, 12 years older to me. He did not need to come and tell me this, but he told me this because he saw what I had been going through. Then I landed back into my own college where I was there and I studied mass media. The only reason why I wanted to study mass media was because there were film festivals happening in the course. And at first year, I did not make anything. I learned writing. There are phenomenal writers I would come across on a daily basis, and I was nowhere fucking close to them. And I was actually interning with a news agency at that time called CNBC. And it was all monsoons in Mumbai. That's when I made the first film in 10 days. Uh, it's called A Broken Toy. But it is the film that got me my space. I made four films like that in college. All of them were winning festivals and everything. Then I was working with a food brand after college. And I started writing my first TV show. Yes, I started failing immensely after that. So I quit my job to because I had to earn a lot more than what I was getting paid. I did the travel across Bhutan and I made a documentary at that time called For the Young Ones. So, and I made my travel series, just me and one of my cinematographers, that's it. And actually, after the Dark series, I wrote another show, but I could not make it because of the politics of my country. And yeah, so rounds of pitches had begun. I was somehow surviving each and every step of the way. I don't know how I managed. Then I did a Bollywood film as the assistant director, third assistant director, called Katputli. The film stars Akshay Kumar. And yeah, I think that's that. Go ahead, still do it. Because that is how you beat fear. Last night I was feeling like shit. Like horribly fucking shit. I posted a picture, it got 5, 6 likes on my stories, and I know that oh shit, this is good. But that was the only picture I edited, and I was like, shit, I don't wanna make this shit. And I put my head down and I looked up the wooden um ceiling of my dorm bed has this sticker. It stares at me every fucking night. Each time I switch off my light. Like this motherfucking sticker speaks to me too much. I don't want to do anything right now because I'm so dejected because my export was not popping out. But I went ahead and I wrote something. That's the last thing I can do, yeah. Like it is one dialogue from Naruto that keeps banging in my mind all the fucking time. It is that when he is facing a force that he cannot beat, he says, if you take off my arms, I will kick you to death. If you take out my legs, I will bite you to death. If you take out my teeth, I will stare you to death. And that is what I feel about art. It still happens even now. If you're working with people and you're working with people that you've got to get on board with, even though you don't want to get on board with. So I usually allow myself the choice of saying no first. If I can afford that, I would ideally say no. But just in case worst come worst scenario is there that oh I had not predicted this, but it really is happening, then it's just not me who deals with this. It's my whole team. People who I trust. I think that's what my work has been like. So maybe it's me who's walked a lot of path in filmmaking also alone. Okay. Not always did I choose to work with people. You are welcome to throw as many ideas onto me, as many criticisms onto me, and I love that. I love being dumped and like my head being dumped into this water until and unless I feel like death coming reaching me entirely. And if I still pop out and say no, that means it is a no. So, and I've had people who value that. We have so many conversations each and every time. Conversation solves a lot of stuff. But openness has to exist, openness has to prevail. I've been naked in front of my team before I could even call myself I'm naked. Right? So everybody know the kind of person I am, even my shadows, like ultimate shadows. I've never hid them. I've spoken about them blatantly. And that is something that people would judge normally also. And that's what my family also fears most of the fucking time. That Shivam speaks too much and too directly. But unfortunately, that is the way you. If you want truth to reach you, you cannot be false yourself. Art works unknowingly. It's an unknowing passing of will. If that will is passed down knowingly, then it's the apprenticeship, and I am not very fond of that concept as much. I like the word discovery a lot, more than invention. Though they are similar, they both have the same roots, but they branch out extremely differently, or maybe they're both ideas that run parallelly from each other. Inventions are more calculative, technical, human made. Discoveries are things that already exist and you find them. It's like a giant treasure hunt. And maybe someone else does the same thing, but in their own manner, in their own way. And I would like them to do no other way, but in their own way. I've answered too much, or maybe I've digressed. Or
that was a money shot right there. The invention versus discovery. That's
sweat comes out of your system for a reason. We think it's bad. No, it's not bad, bro. What the fuck? It's meant to cool your systems down. Art also is like sweat. The ugliest thing that we think, No, I don't want it. But when it is coming out, it does feel like fucking shit. I'm so fucking But when it does the job it is meant to do, you realize its purpose. You will want it. You will want nothing else. I think you take away yourself. You piece yourself back. You realize that you are not in this game alone. And even if you are, there are ways to do it alone. So, I can help you with that. This workshop is for, I repeat, everyone, yeah. It does not need to be ki you have not made a single piece yet, it's okay. You've lived life, that is far more important. You live life, that's far more important to you. You are going through life, that's far more. Everything is already there. My suggestion is always going to be like, yo, put yourself out, go ahead. There is no marker, yet there is a board, there is ink. You just have to cut your forefinger a little, and you can paint. So, yeah. It's all inside you. You don't need to worry. Even if you don't find the right people in the first go, that's also part of process. That's also a way of learning. And that's where I also come on board and help you. Because I've walked that part too much by myself. And I know how it feels. So yeah. Thanks.
But is there anything that you've hoped to talk about that I haven't asked you about yet?
No, I think you've asked everything. I think I've answered way more. I should be saving some of these for workshops. So if you see random cuts in between, that means you gotta attend workshops for them.